On the news tonight, stakeholders call for holistic approach towards tackling drug abuse. NNPC assures Nigerians of adequate supply of fuel in the country. As Breast Cancer Awareness Month continues, correspondent examines causes, symptoms, and prevention of breast cancer. Good evening and welcome to NTW News at 7. Thanks for being there with us. I am Olawumi Adeniji. Here are the details of the news. The alarming rate of drugs and substance abuse in Nigeria, if not deliberately and holistically tackled, key players say can destroy the future of the nation. Already, the looming jeopardy is the increasing number of abusers from primary schools perpetrating unimaginable activities under the influence. Lydia Sampson has more.
Substance abuse penetrating hitherto food and beverage vendors, experts caution that the seemingly innocent pepper soup or tea you are buying may contain cannabis or some other intoxicating products. It is indeed this bad, and that is why key players are calling for the declaration of a state of emergency on drug and substance abuse in Nigeria.
It is always competing with so many other challenges that the country and society is facing. But I think considering the limitations and resources, we can certainly say that a very serious and significant effort has been made.
We have to get more involved with our children. That is why God created us, to bring children into the world, to be their pastors, to be their imams, to guide them right. But many parents have abdicated that role.
It goes beyond NDLA and NAFDAC. Every community should be sensitized, should be woken up to see a drug menace as a big problem that will probably take away our future.
They are on the same page that more data towards proactively mapping out strategies for the renewed efforts to have the buy-in of all must be intensified.
We go to schools, we go to marketplaces. Like currently, we're even training women on postpartum. We engage young people with, we use entertainment to help young people also stay out of depression and then open them up to be able to tell us what they are going through.
Calling on legislators who have constituencies and have constituency projects to domicile some of their constituencies to fighting drugs by conducting this advocacy and sensitization program. Indeed, we have a lot of...
While napping the drug barons and traffickers by the NDLA is being applauded, they suggested that combing the identified red spots in communities is critical to mitigating introduction of the already vulnerable in society. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
The Nigerian Army is tasking its personnel to key into the renewed hope initiatives of the federal government by remaining resolute, focused, and committed to the fight against insecurity in the country. The Commander Training and Doctrine Command, Nigerian Army Major General Kevin Aligbe, gave the charge at the 2023 promotion examination exercise of the officers from the rank of captain to major held at the 35th Artillery Brigade at Lamala, Abeokuta. Akim Jimo completes the report.
Officers of the Nigerian Army from across Nigeria and abroad converged on Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, for the all-important 2023 practical promotion examination for officers from the rank of captain to major. The Commander, Training and Doctrine Command of the Nigerian Army, Major General Kevin Aligbe, urges them to brace up for higher national responsibilities.
At the moment, we are facing a myriad of security challenges in the country. These are the guys that will go out there. They've been doing it, but after this assessment, they will go there with renewed vigor, and they will help in resolving some of these issues that we have.
The General Officer commanding 81 Division, Nigerian Army, Major General Muhammad Usman, underscores the importance of the promotion exercise in the career progression of officers and therefore admonishes them to put in their best.
The relevance of this examination towards building capacity for junior leadership in order to achieve national security objectives cannot be overemphasized. Your performance in the examination is a key determinant of progress in your career.
No fewer than 286 officers from across the country and abroad are participating in the examination in Abeokuta. Hakeem Jimo, NTA News.
And in the meantime, the Nigerian Army has established a base tagged Exercise T Waters in Ifelo, the local government area of Kwara State. General Officer Commanding 2 Division, Nigerian Army, Major General Bamidele Alabi, explained that the exercise will stem the tide of insecurity in the zone. Shola Wahid has more.
Exercise T Waters 3 was established to checkmate the prevalent security challenges in the state, especially during Yuletide season and beyond, with troops in Kwara, Oyo, and Niger states. The troops engaged in the exercise were tasked to carry out daily patrols, cordon and search operations, raids, among others. While launching the operation base, Kwara State Deputy Governor Kayode Alabi appreciated the efforts of the Army and appealed to communities to cooperate with security agencies by providing credible information that will assist the agencies to operate successfully.
Nothing really soldiers can do without information. You will need information. If they see strangers in the village or strangers along the road, they should report quickly to the military.
General Officer Commanding 2 Division commended the synergy between the Nigerian Army and other security agencies, which was responsible for the arrest of several suspects. He charged the troops to conduct themselves in line with the Army's rule of engagement.
To ensure that we chase out all form of criminals, including terrorists, kidnappers, bandits, and others that have been creating security challenges for our people. So this exercise is coming up to ensure that we step up what we are doing in order to ensure safe and secure environment.
Exercise T Waters 3 commenced on October 2, 2023 to complement other Army security outfits to fight crimes in the country.
The choice of Orago being the base of the Exercise T Water is because of the forest that is located around this area that harbor criminals.
Earlier, the GOC and his team paid a courtesy visit to the Emir of Ilorin Alhaji Ibrahim Sulu Gambari to seek his royal blessings. Shola Wahid, NTA News.
Two other stories. The Supreme Court has empaneled a 7-member justice to hear the appeal of Atiku Abubakar, challenging the decision of the Presidential Election Petition Court, which dismissed his petition. Atiku Abubakar in his petition at the court below challenged the outcome of February 25th presidential election, leading to the declaration and return of President Bola Tinubu. The Apex Court will equally hear the application of the appellant seeking his leave to bring fresh evidence to prove his appeal. The court will be hearing the matters next week, Monday. Atiku Abubakar participated in the February 25th, 2023 election as the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, says Nigeria's foreign policy agenda, known as the Tinubu Doctrine, built on 4 pillars of democracy, demography, diaspora, and development, is determined to reinforce Nigeria's position as a leader in Africa. This was at the first Angola and Nigeria Business Forum held in Abuja. Salih Guanara reports.
Nigeria and Angola have common destiny as both countries are blessed with enormous natural resources as Africa's leading oil producers. Minister of Information and National Orientation was among key industry players at the inauguration of the Angola and Nigeria Business Council, an initiative, he says, is in line with President Bola Tinubu's vision that African countries forge deeper and stronger connections that allow the continent a bigger and more positions on the global stage.
Africans must be united in our thinking around development, industrialization, trade, job creation, and the place of our continent in the 21st century. Among other things, we are working on signing an MOU on public communication and media exchange with the Embassy of Angola in Nigeria as part of efforts at deepening our relationship. I look forward to this and many more demonstrations of our bilateral alignments. Nigeria is very much keen to support Angola's domestic and foreign policy aspirations and the country's overall development. We expect reciprocity in this regard. Indeed, the progress of one is the progress of all.
Participants agreed that the proposed business partnership will provide an opportunity for more efficiency and productivity to increase wealth and prosperity for both countries. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
Building resilience in all fronts in the wake of adverse environmental impact occasioned by climate change and unwholesome human activities, players at the 7th edition of an impact assessment meeting say is a veritable solution for sustained and affordable living. Charles Alpha reports.
Industrial and plastic waste, crude oil spillage, and extreme weather events have all impacted the environment in form of land encroachment, desertification, flood, erosion, and loss of biodiversity. These are some of the issues this 7th Impact Assessment Conference seeks to address.
A lot of things are happening with our climate, and we need to start doing something so that we'll build up the resilience. We have adaptation that will help us to cope.
1 minute without the environment, we will all cease to exist. And so we need to continually talk about the changes that are occurring in our environment.
The idea is to bring together policy and decision makers as well as regulators and environmental analysts to find a potent way of providing protection for the environment.
Granted that even the emission coming from us is said to be less than 4%, but the ripple effect is huge.
It is crucial for the Association for Environmental Impact Assessment to critically appraise the emerging challenges that are inherent to be able to balance our actions towards achieving sustainable development.
The stakeholders believe Africa has lots of vegetations to leverage to mitigate extreme weather events, but that this can only be realized through impact assessment. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
You're still watching NTA Jabode News at 7 from your heritage station. We'll be right back after this time out.
Take it from me, the mind-blowing way to do things is the Glow LTE advanced way. When you stream, it's like you're in the drama itself. When you make calls, you reach where others can't. Copy! Doing business is like running Wall Street from your street. And when you play,
I'm a busy guy. We'll see about that.
It's like traveling the world without moving an inch.
Is that Toby in your room?
You can download in the blink of an eye in 4K. Go. And when you go for your dreams, it's like running with the strength of 3 nations behind you.
Glow LTE Advanced, the power of 3 data networks in one. Get a Glow SIM or dial *301#.
You're welcome back and thanks for rejoining us. NNPC Retail Limited, a subsidiary of NNPC Limited, say there is no cause for alarm despite the appearance of fuel queues in some parts of Lagos and a few other locations around the country, while attributing visible queues to reduced depot loadouts in Apapa, Lagos. Over a few days, the statement reiterated that the root cause has since been addressed. It assured all Nigerians and motorists that there is ample supply with sufficiency of at least 30 days. The statement urged motorists to desist from panic buying as distribution will soon be normalized. Breast cancer is the most common invasive cancer and the second leading cause of cancer death in women after lung cancer, as Nigeria joins the rest of the world to mark this year's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This report by Ahmad Fulani examines the causes, symptoms, and how to prevent breast cancer.
Cancer is becoming common and more deadly with over 200,000 cases per year. Statistics also show that 1 in 8 women has the chance of being diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetimes. With about 2.3 million women battling breast cancer worldwide, the month aims to promote screening and prevention of the disease with a view to sensitizing the general public on the dangers associated with it. change in body color, and lump inside breast are some of the symptoms of breast cancer. Dr. Gregory Oyinloye is a general practitioner and speaks further on the significance of Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
It's not all breast lumps that are cancerous. In fact, most of them are benign. By benign, I mean that they don't grow in such a way to invade neighboring structures. They're not the ones that we term the danger lesions. But those ones can also be removed because they can grow and, metastasize. They can grow and they can transform.
How often do women go for breast cancer screening?
This is actually my second time of the screening. But I think it's meant to be as often as possible because early detection saves life.
I don't know much about breast cancer, but I thought it's normal to at least once in a while check the status of your breast so you know if you are okay or not. So that's the reason why I'm here today to check mine.
I've never done it before because I didn't know the danger of it and I'm still young, and because I've not seen any symptoms of it, so I feel like it's not necessary for me to do a checkup. But now I'm aware of it, so it's likely that I go for the screening and do a checkup.
You should learn how to self-examine your breast every month. Then at least once a year, go to the hospital and have yourself examined by a healthcare professional, possibly do a scan.
Regular sensitization by government to create awareness and free screening will be crucial to reducing the number of people infected with breast cancer. The theme for this year is "No one should face breast cancer alone." Ahmed Fulani, NTA News.
And that concludes the bulletin for this evening. Idowu Ogunbajo is standing by to bring the Yoruba version of the news. From me, it is good night and a beautiful weekend ahead.